The third week was
protests.
No, the third week was when I got stuck in Chattanooga because someone.
Oh, that's right. Late. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Then the next week was the lithium battery explosion, and the next week was the protest. So
it has been.
Sundays have not been my day.
They have not. All right, so that's 5 weeks ago now. So basically, the last time you played, you guys were in the inn. You had just killed the dragons. You had gone inside to do a rest of some sort. I can't remember if it was long or short.
Oh, the last time I played, that was when we did the deck of thing.
Yes. So, you guys pulled all your cards and everything. You saw 50 G's worth of gold appear at Eastervall's feet. A few things happened for Armin. Then he pulled a card and collapsed to the ground. Wah. Not dead. He had a pulse. You pulled one more card, which earned you 3 wishes. And you used one of your wishes to ascertain the location of his soul, which was revealed to be in Ditex's possession within the Horn of Valhalla, a item that the party previously owned but was taken atop the tower inside the city of High Moon when you guys had faced Ditex the last time. Due to the nature of the wish, it was taxing on your body and soul, and you had passed out from the wish. You have since awakened, and once you awaken, nobody else is with you. You're all by yourself inside this inn. You just kind of collapsed in the center of the room, and it seems like everybody just kind of left you. There was a note that had been left on your person, though, that I believe Serena had written. What did that note say, Serena?
We went in the sewers. See you there.
Is this the inn that had the dragon outside, though, still? Like, we're still in the Dragon Town?
So what had happened was you heard a very large dragon outside, and then that's when Armin started going, let's pull from the deck of many things immediately, and everybody else is going, this is a bad idea.
Your camera's off, Scott. There it is.
Okay, there we go. So, because you, Yolanda, had tried to play it cool, but Armin just kind of jumped the gun a little bit. And you are now in this situation. You're by yourself. You're inside the inn. You have the note that says, hey, we went into the sewers.
Do I know how to get to the sewers?
I will assume that directions to the sewers were left on the note, right?
Sure.
Serena?
That sounds like we opened a grate right outside.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you look out the window, you'll see a grate that was pulled up.
Yeah, I didn't think we had to go far to get to the...
Yeah.
So, about how much real time has passed since I passed out?
It has been several hours, so I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Top your HP off, refresh your key points.
It's been a long rest.
I think we've had a long rest, haven't we?
Did you have a long? If you had a long rest, go ahead and top everything off.
It's been a hell of a long rest for me.
Yeah, I think we had one last session.
Did you?
Was it last? No, it wasn't last session.
It wasn't last session. It was
when we went into the deeper sewers.
Yeah.
Sewers level 2.
Oh, give me a second.
While we're waiting on Scott, I've started planning the next big mystery. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fabulous.
So you have this note on you saying, hey, we went through a sewer grate outside. You were still inside the inn.
Do I hear anything or see anything through the window?
You peer out the window, and where you had fought all of those dragons, you see a lot of blood on the ground. You see the open sewer grate, but you see no dragon corpses.
Okay.
Which leads you to believe that the whatever you heard before probably dragged the corpses off.
I'm guessing that's this big red smear right here.
Yes, that's exactly what that is.
All right. Well, I am just going to bust out the door and make a running dive into the sewer grate.
All right. As you do that, you just kind of slip in, and you find yourself. Now I get to set your token.
They have dueling pianos in the whole house white. Great organ.
Dueling pianos and an organ? Wow.
The whole house white.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. We're on one couch.
Weird. I bet mom
Wait.
would live.
I think this is. Can I use legacy lighting on this map?
Hello.
I did. Sure. did.
Hello?
What's shaking? There we go. All right, you find yourself inside the sewer. Do you have sight on your token?
Yes, I do. Not much,
Excellent.
but I see.
You can see. All right, you have slipped down into the sewers. You see a general kind of sewer pathway, kind of a stream in the center of the sewer in front of you. Leads in two directions, to the east and the west.
I am going to try and see if I can make out a path, footprints, or bloody
Sure.
marks, or whatever.
Roll me an investigation. All right, you can see a clear pathway that leads to the west, outside of the sewer entrance that you had left in.
I can walk through walls.
Oh no!
And I've disappeared off the map completely with no sight.
It's all good. You come up to the corner, and you can see that there's a metal grate in front of you. It has been torn through. You see a scrap of clothing or cloth on it that looks like something from the parties, leading you to believe that they have gone this way.
Oh, you could have stopped at torn grate. I would have just assumed it was those guys.
You work your way through, and you continue along the pathway, coming into a bigger room. You see a smattering of kobold corpses littered about the room, and you see a creature in front of them feeding off of them. As you enter the room, roll me a sneak. As you peer around the corner, you see very clearly a creature you have come across before, a displacer beast. It has not noticed your entrance into the room, as it is too busy feasting on the kobold parts and everything.
just
To
gonna-
continue forward, you will have to make it past the creature.
like this way. Okay, there you go.
You can look down that way if you would like. You rolled a good enough sneak. You can move. Your current max. So as you come into this room, you notice that it is just a big dead end, a small cistern in the room with water feeding out of it. Does not look. It looks like this is just a dead end.
Awesome. Then I.
Did you take me up on my idea for her to wake up in a pile of corpses in the sewers?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
Could have
Okay.
been fun.
It's like it's time to try a sneak past him.
He is feasting upon. Go ahead and roll me sneak again. All right, continue to move your current max movement. So that should get you just to the inside, or out just to the outside of the room. And once you reach the doorway, roll for me one more time. As the Displacer Beast is currently very enthralled by what he is doing, feasting on these kobold parts, you manage to sneak your way through the outside of the south side of the room and creep around the corner. But as you get through the hallway, your foot slips and splashes into the stream. And the Displacer Beast looks up and sees you and begins moving in your general direction. It looks like it has found fresh meat. Go ahead and roll me initiative.
Oh, good.
Displacer Beast immediately makes a run at you and strikes with its two tentacles as it gets close to you. Both the first tentacle attack strikes you, dealing 7 damage. But the second tentacle attack misses as it strikes the wall.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna start hitting him.
You gonna get up close and personal with him?
Yeah. No.
As you strike with your feather staff, one of his tentacles strikes forward and pulls the feather staff out of your hands. And it is now holding it in one of its tentacles.
I'm just gonna start punching him.
Punch. All right. As he rips the feather staff out of your hand, you just continue forward with your fist and you just lay a magical punch into him, doing 9 radiant damage.
And then I'm gonna use a key. Hit him 2 more times.
All right. You just continue with your basically flurry of blows and deal an additional 18 damage to him. He kind of thrashes about a little bit, but he seems no worse for wear currently. Do you do anything else?
I'm going to say to him, because can Placer be speak in any way, shape, or form?
As far as you are aware, they speak no language.
Then that's
All right. Displacer Beast. He is going to whip at you with the feather staff. He's going to hit you, dealing 10 total damage with the first attack. He's going to whip you with his other tentacle. He's going to smack the floor next to your feet and not successfully hit you. You're up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep punching him right now.
Keep punching.
Snap his spine, Yolanda.
All right, there we go. 31. Wow, only 11 damage on a critical. That's a bummer. That's a real bummer. Anyways, yeah, both of your punches, yeah. You just connect into his haunches with both of your punches. Just kind of just lay it forward, dealing an additional 23 damage to him.
And flurry blows. Oh, me.
Let's see. As you go to swing with the third strike, you kind of whiff at the air and you trip over your own foot, knocking you prone, but you're still within distance to throw that final punch, and you do hit him. But you are now prone. But you do an additional 7 radiant damage to him. He's at that much. Seeing that now you are on the ground, the Displacer Beast takes advantage of this. And he strikes down hard with both of his tentacle attacks. Bam, bam. 25 and a 19, both connect in. Pop, pop. You take 20 piercing damage and bludgeoning from his attack. It is now your turn. You are prone on the ground.
Okay.
You can use half your movement to get up.
Get up. I'm gonna use a searing sunburst. I'm gonna close my eyes and like bust a sunburst above his head.
Just solar flare.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and use my 3 key to
Succeed on a Constitution saving throw. We can do that. Constitution. All right.
15. What does spell attack bonus mean?
That means so spell attack bonus is whenever you're rolling a spell, you get that additional. So,
Gotcha.
for example, it's your roll to hit basically.
Yeah, you're good.
And what is your
It's 15.
15? All right. The Displacer Beast is caught off guard by the searing sunburst, and it lets out a resounding howl as its eyeballs are seared by the searing sunburst. Roll for damage. 23.
Man, I'm rolling either side of the spectrum tonight.
Right? Anyways, as the searing sunburst explodes, he starts swatting at the air as his eyeballs are basically fried because it happened right in front of him. And he goes down on the ground, thrashing and swiping, trying to hit anything that he can. But it doesn't work since he was basically blinded. And he falls before the body stops moving.
God damn it. Already used up like most of my key. I kick his head just for posterity. And then keep moving.
All right.
What is blue scribbles everywhere?
So as you come to this intersection to the south, you see a lot of water just kind of waterlogged everywhere that continues in the room to the south, leading you to believe your party has probably been this way from the chaotic nature of everything left behind.
You tend to leave a mark, so I'll follow it down.
As you enter the room, you see this giant green mass stuck in the center of the giant cistern. You kind of see a giant head, its mouth kind of agape with the tongue hanging out. It does not seem to be moving.
Wait, what is she saying?
She's seeing the frog Hemoth that you guys defeated.
Didn't all of its innards and outards get sucked down the drain?
No, just its innards. Like the husk is just kind of on the top of it, and it's just kind of.
Jesus Christ!
It's like when somebody gets caught in one of those drains at Whitewater. You know how that happens?
And all of their guts are sucked out of them. That's
periodic.
Hey, you know, they cover it up, but it happens.
As you continue down the eastern path there, you see a ton of goo just littered all over the floor.
Just follow the trail of bodies.
Hold on. I gotta go get a picture of this. Hold on.
All right. As you continue south, you see two metal grates that have been busted through. Again, leading you to believe, wow, this is very, chaotic. Must have been the guys.
Yeah.
As you reach the end, you see a path west there that looks like that's probably the direction they went, because when you look to the south or to upwards, you see a dead end. Right. Let me place your token in the new area.
We're just gonna assume I'm going at a nice, healthy, but kind of quiet jog.
Yes. Yeah, we can assume that. Okay, so this map is legacy lighting. So you've got that. And okay, there we go. Okay. Do you have sight? You should be on the left side, down towards the bottom.
Yes.
All right. As you continue through the sewers, you notice that while everything before looked very new and kind of high tech, it looks like you have worked your way into the older sewers that ran below the city of Isimbra. As you work in, you see a lot of stuff. You see several different paths that you could go down: north, the east, the south. Roll me an investigation check from the room you are currently in. Investigation. From the room to the south, it does not look like that has been touched. Roll me perception. As you were looking over the room to the south, you hear what sounds like an explosion to the north, east of the room. Not quite sure what it was, but you hear an explosion. Boom.
Education.
As you work your way up, you find yourself in another room with, try not to run into the walls. The new legacy lighting doesn't allow tokens to not go through the walls, so that's the annoying part. You find yourself in a room. Got a few different directions that you could go in. You see a path that leads to the northeast. You see a path that cuts down to the south, and two channels of water that cut into the wall to the north and the west. So no way to go that way.
I'm gonna keep going north since you said there was an explosion.
Excellent. North. You come into the room and you see a giant pipe on the wall. It looks like it has recently been exploded, as there's still some gas kind of hanging in the air.
Fun.
Makes you wonder what could have happened in here.
Line of match, gotcha.
We were here. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
An assumption was made.
An assumption was made. As you continue through the cavern, you see a path to the south, and you see a path to the northeast. Roll me perception. You hear voices and kind of mutterings coming from the northern path.
Does it sound human-esque?
It sounds human-esque.
Go.
Ah, shit. Why are you doing that? Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right. You work your way the north path. It kind of turns you back south, and you come across a room with a destroyed-looking bridge in front of it.
Yeah,
What does that
we were
make
here.
you think?
We were here.
We were here. The water, as you step into it, comes up to about waist high.
I wasn't gonna step into it. I was gonna just jump over this
Hey.
big puddle here.
You know what? That works too.
And I jump well enough where I don't have to roll for that.
You don't gotta roll. You don't gotta roll for that. You see that the water continues to the south, as the water seems to go everywhere in this stupid dungeon. You enter a room, and you see some what looks like man-made kind of like just little work areas off to the left there. It looked like at one point there was plants and stuff there. You see a couple of leaves just kind of floating in the water, but it looks like they have been picked recently. You see a path that continues to the south and a dry path that goes to the east. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. All right. On the path that kind of U-turns and kind of leads back to the northeast, you see a shimmer in the room in front of you there, and you recognize that as, oh, shit. That's a gelatinous cube. It seems to be minding its own business in the room that it's in, just kind of, sloughing about, not paying any attention.
Going to
And it's taken up the entire path, so you have no way to pass through that without fighting it, as it currently stands.
I'm gonna try and see if I can find a trail.
Yes, roll me and investigate again. Investigation. You see wet footprints that lead to the east.
I'm going to try and sneak past him to that path to the
All right.
east.
Roll me a sneak.
Oh god.
Go ahead and move.
So
Go ahead and move a third of your movement. Round it up.
a third? Okay, so that would be 20.
As you move into the dry pathway that leads to the east, you see behind you the gelatinous cube sloths his way out of the room and into the main chamber and begins looking around.
I'm just gonna book it and is this a doorway?
It's an open door. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to run through it and can I shut it behind me?
Absolutely.
Bam.
Bam. As you run into the room and slam the door, cutting off any access from the previous room and the gelatinous cube, you look around and you see 5 dead mummies laying on the ground.
Okay. Seems to be the right direction. It's actually a path to the south, or is that like right south?
There's a crumbled wall showing a path that leads to the south and a crumbled wall with a path that leads to the north. You also see a stairwell in front of you that leads into the ceiling, but just stops.
see what I can throw with my one guy.
What are you investigating?
If I can figure out a path from here.
Okay, so looking on the ground, you see kind of mummy remains just kind of strew their way to the north.
Okay. To the north.
To the north.
For the north.
To the north. You continue your way up, and it comes into a kind of an open cavern. You see this two little open rooms to the either side of you. To the east leads nowhere, just kind of an open pit. Same with to the west. But you see a little doorway that leads to kind of some dead-looking stalls to the south.
Peek my head in there. Do I see anything of interest?
You see a bunch of skeletons just kind of laying on the ground. You see broken, moldy barrels. Nothing really worth of interest.
That's what the cube was.
And you can, you see that room, and then you can see back into the previous room.
Do I actually see those dragons up there?
Yeah, you do. They're just kind of sitting around waiting.
Oh, good. I'm gonna try and sneak past them. First, I'm gonna do a minor illusion to kind of draw their attention to whatever is on the other side of the room. So I will make like a bang noise in this corner,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna try and sneak past them.
Sure. All right. You come up and you see them kind of hanging off in a path to the right, but there's a path that leads up to the north. So roll me a stealth at advantage. All right, 22. Good. You're able to sneak the 10 feet past the opening that they are in, and you can see the rest of the party up ahead as they are finishing off what looks to be the enemy. And Yolanda comes rolling into the room as the rest of the party is finishing, completely killing and defeating the acolytes that they had just slaughtered.
Cha! We did it!
Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, she's here. Excellent.
Y'all just left me passed out in a
We
room.
left you a note.
Oh,
Nice to meet you up now.
girl gives a wish. Just ditch me.
If you take a nap in the middle of an adventure,
I didn't take a nap. I passed out trying to find you, Mr. Let's pull some cards.
I'm not me.
It's
Serena.
Oh, Serena.
Yeah. So the what we've gone with is that the wish using the wish just took so much out of you that you passed out since you weren't able to join us the following week.
Serena is
Trying to
very
help a
dumb.
party member and you pass out. We'll just leave her here. Let's leave a note. It'll be fine.
Apparently is. You're fine. You're right here. Good job.
It all worked out.
You impressed me with your ability to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you roll into the room, Yolanda, you notice that as that the party is killing the rest of these kind of robed figures, you see a giant, a literal fire giant that is chained to the cavern walls in front of you.
Have y'all dealt with that yet, or is this something that I'm just walking into? With
We're about to say hi.
Oh my god, I don't know what he is. Doing this stuff. Is that a fire?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're getting
Now I
all
have
the
to put him
background
to
noise.
That was Caleb.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah.
stream of consciousness, everything he was saying.
I wonder what
I
that's
thought I could
like.
hear it. I thought I could
Like,
hear
this
it.
is a bizarre TV show.
No, he was just stream of consciousness everything that was on the screen at that moment. So, and who's even drawing all this? Okay, now I have to play up the bed.
All right, party. You have a chained fire giant who can't seemingly talk to you.
Can't?
Or won't.
Can't seemingly talk to you.
Hey, big guy. And I wait for him to respond.
Yeah, does he seem to understand us?
He speaks back in a language that Serena, Eastaval, and Hafen do not recognize. But Yolanda, since Yolanda can speak all languages and comprehend all languages, well,
Fucking
Is it
bug
comprehend?
bullshit.
Wait, what?
Monk bullshit. She has reached the pinnacle of power where she is so strong physically that she understands all language.
She has gained all knowledge.
she,
She's all power.
she has,
She wears her face on a t-shirt and she can understand any language.
she has comprehend languages, right? Or is that a spell that she has to cast, or is that just something she gets?
I think she has a perk where it says, Yolanda, the most bullshit. I can't see her character sheet, so I can't even see.
I'm
what this
looking.
nonsense
I'm
is.
looking.
I think it's like a monk perk or something.
Timeless body, no. Tongue of the sun and moon. Starting at the 13th level, any creature that can understand a language can understand what you say. You learn to touch the key of other minds and understand all spoken languages, and any creature can understand the language. Yeah. 13th level monk is like peak bullshit.
There's no reason for it.
She's in perfect harmony with the universe.
While we're waiting for her to get back, I'm gonna refill my water.
I'm gonna pull the tags off of these dinosaurs Alex got today.
Dinosaurs.
They're at Target. They're really cute. They're in the little dollar section.
Let me see. Your video's out, so I can't see what you're talking about.
You know, my video's in on my screen, but everybody else is just faded out. So
Okay.
hold on.
I just hit reconnect. And you're just the only one out.
The wheels are turning. The pictures are coming.
Where are they, though?
Yours is still turning. Yours is the only one still turning, of course.
All right, I'll hit reconnect again.
Oh,
There
there
we
you
go.
go. I see you.
It looks like Snaggletooth.
Yeah, they're all kind of derpy looking, but like he's got some dinosaurs that we got off of Amazon, and these are way cuter.
Nathan's got this tub that's like the size of a giant candy container, and it was filled with farm animals and dinosaurs. And I'm like, I don't even know why those are together, but okay.
Well, the dinosaurs obviously eat the farm animals. So.
Yes, usually.
I've got a giant bucket of Schleich animals that I found at the Goodwill years ago.
Schleich animals was that?
Yeah, you know, when you go to Target, there's like a section that has like those hyper realistic animals that are like little plastic.
Yeah, that's what we have. The dinosaur farm animal version of that.
Yeah, they make all sorts of different stuff. They have like a fantasy line. They have dinosaurs and all sorts of stuff. But I've sold a lot of those because some of the older ones are worth money because people collect them. They have. Have you ever been to Hobbytown, USA?
No.
You should go check that out, man. You'd love Hobbytown. Your son would love Hobbytown.
It's in an old movie theater.
It's an old AMC
it's-
theater, yeah.
It's over there on Barrett Parkway. Yeah, I've been in there.
Yeah, it's right behind the Target.
They have a giant section in there that's nothing but Schleich and safari animals.
That's
Like,
odd.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as you walk in, it's on the right side, right before like the RC room.
That is the first place that I ever bought a pack of Magic cards when I was like, I was in middle school. So what does that mean?
20
That would
28,
be
25
90.
years
That would be
ago.
like 97, 98, or 98 or so for us.
Well, they still sold Alpha and Beta in the stores when I first started playing. So
All right, D. You roll up. This giant starts speaking in the giant language, and the rest of the party looks dumbfounded as you perfectly understand what he says.
What does he say?
And he,
Monks are bullshit. That's what he says.
Jeff, I lost your camera.
Yeah, it keeps going in and out.
There we go.
I don't know why.
But now I lost D1. Okay, there we go. Now we see everybody. All right. The giant is kind of speaking fervently of. He seems very, very happy. Yes, kill them, squash them dead. They deserve it.
Oh, so these aren't friends of yours?
He looks over at you. You understand my language, little one?
Of course I do. Love it.
I need to know. Do we hear her speaking giant?
Yes.
No, she's
Oh wait, yeah, I'm
speaking.
speaking.
She's just talking, and it's
Right. Think of it as a mental connection. She is in perfect harmony with him. Like they're communicating in an advanced method of communication, like that we can't comprehend, but we can hear what she's saying.
Well, it's
you're
like
hearing half
it's
the
like
conversation.
TARDIS. Yeah, it's like the TARDIS, except you can't hear him. But for me, it's just like the TARDIS.
So, whatever Yolanda says, you hear. Whatever the giant says, you don't hear.
Excellent. Or confused.
Sorry, what did Yolanda say back?
She said, "So these guys aren't friends of yours?"
Absolutely not.
Oh. If we let
They
you,
have tainted me, and they are abusing.
if we let you out of the chains, are you gonna kill us?
Why would we trust someone who's chained up? Why are you asking dumb questions, Yolanda?
Because he's not with these guys. He hates these guys.
What?
Scott seems to have first.
Not that he could kill us anyway.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm level 7.
He's naked.
Wait, he's naked? So there's like a giant cock hanging right there?
He has a giant loincloth.
It's like 6 feet long.
Just swinging in the breeze.
It's really his only weapon at this point.
He could just helicopter him.
No. It's chained up as well.
They have it also chained to the wall.
Could have just went with you as a thrower, not a
Don't
shower.
excite him. Though. Don't excite him.
He could have just
better.
lured him over and just baseball batted him, like helicopter him to death.
That's why they have to drug him because of that.
He's fallen mysteriously silent. What, we make fun of him?
We are the DMs now.
We defeated the DM.
The giant breaks the chains and immediately attacks. Roll for initiative.
And he's naked. And he is wielding his dick.
Each of all takes 40 points of damage from the cock attack.
I don't have that much health total.
It hits him like a pickup truck.
All right, I think I'm back.
The
Okay,
giant
we can hear
attacked us. We took over for you for a moment.
What attacked you?
The giant.
He attacked us
he,
just like with this giant cock.
His chains. He was able to reach out far enough, and he was able to grab Serena and pick her up in his giant fist.
And
No,
then-
but
And then she died for reals.
and then she dies. He just
She
squeezes.
explodes.
It's all Attack on Titan right now.
Yeah.
All right, so you say that you understood,
I asked
and
him if he's gonna kill us if we set him free.
well, considering, he says, what these monsters have done to me, it may or may not be up to my own choice.
Not a promising outlook there, but can you clarify?
He looks at his kind of destroyed fingernails and says, they have been harvesting me for my fingernails and toenails to make their damned giant strength potions.
Dude,
Ew.
gross as hell.
But to get my fingernails to grow at a fast enough pace, they infected me with lycanthropy.
Oh,
Ooh.
good. You're a
Oh.
giant werewolf giant.
What?
So they chained me to the walls so that I would transform. They brought some sort of contraption in that would transform me whenever they wanted. So my fingernails would grow and they would sedate me, tear my fingernails off and leave me. And they would come back and do it and leave again and do it and leave again. I do not care much for these people, whoever they are.
Is the contraption in the room with us?
It is, as you look around, you don't see anything but bones littering the ground.
Could be a slot in the door or something.
They could summon the moon.
Okay. Well, Mr. Giant Man, what would you like? Because I don't want you to like smash me or eat me or fee-fi-fo me. So, what do we want to do here? Because I feel bad about leaving. You seem like a nice giant. I've had other giants hang out with me. They were fun. So what do we want to do here? Because I don't want to be werewolf giant.
If you release me, I promise I will not harm you.
Unless someone happens to turn your lycanthropy thing on, right?
I cannot control myself once that happens, so that is up to the fates to decide.
Okay, so here's the plan. I'll talk them into letting you go, but we have to go into rooms before you to make sure there isn't like giant movement. Oh, what does the contraption look like?
It is this, they have to wheel it in, and it is kind of a metallic orb on a platform.
Okay, moon on a stage. Gotcha. So,
Is
Oh.
it the fucking Super Saiyan 4 thing that Vegeta uses?
all right. So we'll go in rooms before. Do you want? Are you gonna like hang out and help us, or are you just gonna hightail it to the hills? Because either way, I'm cool.
If you release me, I will leave this place and not look back.
You know, that's probably the safer option here. Yeah. Let's get you down.
He is chained to the wall with very thick chains that even his werewolf form could not break free of. How are you going to accomplish this?
We're not letting a giant werewolf loose on this town.
Yes, we are.
We are not doing that.
Yes, we are.
He is definitely a monster.
He's nice.
He was
So
fine when he was just a giant.
He is a fire giant, correct?
Yes.
Fire giants are definitely evil by nature.
What if
So
they're also
nice.
werewolves?
Well, then they're double evil.
I already told him to let him go. I can't go back on that.
We could just promise him a quick death.
Well,
Oh,
he's
let
tied.
him go.
I mean, he's like secured to the wall, so I think we can lie to him and walk away and be fine.
But I don't want to. I want a giant fire giant friend.
Yes, and then you'll become a lichen or a snack.
Does anybody have detect evil?
You do.
I have divine sense. It's great evil, fey. Like it might. I guess it
He's
would work.
pretty
Can I-
big. He could be great evil.
Can I use divine sense on him to see if he's generally evil?
Yes.
I am doing so. I've clicked the button.
He's gyrating furiously.
As you release your paladin sensibilities to ocularly pat down the fire giant in front of you, you see that he exudes great evil.
He reeks great evil, guys.
Yeah, because he got cursed with lycanthropy. Can't one of y'all fix that?
Nope.
Yeah, with
Oh
my
yeah,
sword.
somebody has removed curse, right?
Oh, wait, what's that,
Armin
Armin?
does. He's in my backpack.
Oh yeah. You know, if we pulled his lifeless body out and waved his hands in the right pattern, do you think we could Weekend at Bernie's them into casting Remove Cursed.
But
Here's
how
a
do we
thought.
like puppet his mouth? Like,
I could release
I'll do
the doppelganger's body and possess Armin instead.
Oh, there you
But
go.
if he,
but that's
even if we go to all that trouble, do we even know getting rid of lycanthropy is going to reduce the amount of evil you're sensing off this guy?
But I want to help him.
Well,
He
he's
has
Keep
a
in
gonna-
mind, he can't understand what anybody else is saying except for Yolanda.
So we're all just here there squabbling in front of him, pointing at him, waving our arms and stuff, and he's just like, "Oh."
And
Well,
no,
considering what
Yolanda keeps
Yolanda-
saying, I want to help him. And everyone's like, "Blah," and he's like, oh, fuck all these guys except for her.
No, we're designing. We're talking about designs. we're arguing over. Tell them we're arguing over designs, please.
I turn to him and say, "Don't worry, we're just trying to figure out the best way to get through your chains, and I'm not that smart."
I think the best thing we could do is
Is leave.
take a silver weapon and put it in his brain.
Oh no!
Is
How
your
about-
staff made of
How
silver?
about we leave him there for now, but then when we get Armin back, we come back, we cure him from the lycanthropy, and then we have a fire giant friend.
No, we have a werewolf enemy.
See now, the reason that worked with the stone giant is because stone giants are neutral. They're really just kind of like out to not die. They're not particularly evil, but this guy is like a militaristic asshole. Like he'll like raise whole villages just to be like, I beat you, I win.
Is he like,
I turn to the giant. I say, "So, okay, let's say I can cure you. I can't right now. Keep that in mind. But let's say I can cure you of the lycanthropy. You would be totally cool with us, right? And like not be evil and kill us."
He'd be totally cool.
The fire giant looks at you and then looks over the rest of the party and says, "I feel I can trust you, but I'm not sure about the rest."
Yeah, it's cool. I'm their leader, so it's fine. They have to do what I say.
Serena literally
What,
bursts out laughing.
what do the rest of you do when Yolanda says that?
I burst out
Admittedly,
laughing.
it was like, oh, no,
Well, I hit the back of the head.
you are the lowest person. I could kick your ass.
Oh, I'd like to
He's
see
all
you
nodded
try.
his
I
head.
will decapitate you.
Let's be honest. In the order of things, it usually went Armin, and then me, and then everyone else. Love you guys, but
And
I'm boxing.
and this sword, and it's the Vorpal sword. She says Snicker Snack.
you want to go, bitch? We can go.
Let's throw down. Is the giant considered incapacitated if he is chained to the wall?
He's chained to the wall. I mean, he's got his faculties, but I guess you could say that technically he would be considered grappled, unless you get too close.
So is he? I need to know if he's functionally incapacitated.
Functionally, no.
Okay.
He's got his faculties. So you get too close, you come at him with a sword, and you're within reach of him. There would probably be a price to pay.
There goes that auto crit idea.
So if you're wanting to go that route, what we need to do is have Yolanda convince him to kneel down so that we can
Remove the chain on his neck
remove the
first.
chains. Yeah, so he's kneeling down with his head down, and then that's when you get him.
Well, I want to know how you guys are going to get through the chain first.
How are you going to cut
These
through the
are-
We're
neck?
not gonna go through the chain. We're gonna go through his neck with the sword.
The Vorpal sword should cut through chain, right?
Not chains this big. This was like super big and strong enough to hold him in lycanthropy mode.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming as a fire giant, he could have tried to have melted them already, and it doesn't work.
Well, he wouldn't melt somebody who could release him right this second.
No, I mean like melt. No, I'm saying he can't melt through his bond.
You're assuming he's a caster of some
I
kind.
don't know if they have innate fire powers. Like, I don't remember that.
He just has red hair.
Skull doesn't know.
That's why
He's got flaming red hair and beard. That's what he's got.
He's a ginger giant.
Like the gingers.
Eastival knows that they come from the plane of fire, but he doesn't know anything much more than that.
So he's probably flame tolerant.
One could assume.
I don't think your hammer's going to do much to him.
If I use the pick end, it might.
Depends on how tough his skin is, right?
Well, so we're gonna go with that. You guys are talking back and forth. Roll me a perception, everybody.
We've argued so long, we've brought a patrol upon us.
I was being kind of loud too, so and not paying attention.
I was obviously being loud. I do not believe that this is the best course of action, period, to let him loose.
Oh, but Yolanda's convinced. This is not a good option, but it's what she wants to do.
Yolanda do her own thing.
Hayfen and Eastaval hear voices in the distance coming their way.
Guys, shh, shh, shh.
Guys, I don't think we have a chance. We gotta get out.
Let's hide behind the giant, quick.
Does that seem like the
And
best
leave the bodies?
That's a great idea.
Yeah, leave the bodies.
There's a head over there and a body there, and there's bits everywhere.
Just leave them. When they come in to investigate, we'll be hiding behind the giant, and then we can ambush them. And we can establish whether or not he's trustworthy, because if he tries to stomp us, then we'll know.
And we'll be dead.
Eastaval, don't remember you've got some drakes on your side.
I've got some what?
Your puppies.
You got some drakes, remember?
He was so excited he lost his voice.
Mm.
Where are those pups at?
They're just to the south. Yolanda snuck by them.
Yeah, forgot about those. Our little Komodo dragon friends.
Oh, I didn't have to see it. Well, at least I didn't track him.
Well, let's get them in here so they can start eating the bodies, and then we'll hide behind the giant.
Maybe they're the ones approaching.
The drakes enter the room and they just start to move to the bodies and start feasting upon them.
Come here, little fella. Come on.
So didn't they hear voices? The drakes don't talk.
They do not.
They feed.
Okay, let's hide.
You hear the voices getting louder.
I'm approaching the giant. I'm gonna look him in the eye and pat him on the leg and go behind him.
I'm going to tell him what we're doing and say, look, we're going to hide behind you. If they try and take your fingernails or turn you into a lycanthrope, we'll stop them, okay? Good deal?
Muttering to myself, cursing.
He just nods his head.
We got your back, bro.
Got your back, bro.
Literally, we're behind.
Sir Eastaval is going to admire his thick, bristly leg hair.
We can make rope out of it.
That's what I was thinking.
Or a garrote.
Oh yeah, we could garrote all of the incoming. That's it.
As you all kind of get behind the giant and put yourselves into hiding positions on the far side of the room, Eastval and Hafen see two more of these guys walk into the room.
Son of a bitch.
Behind them, they see two of them carrying an object.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I take out my crossbow.
Maybe we should be standing behind the giant.
shoot the
One of
object
them's-
with my crossbow.
One of them speaks in giant. It is time for the daily harvest.
Break it, somebody break it.
Fire off crossbow bolts. Pew pew.
All right, roll.
Roll attack.
Since you're behind the giant, you got to roll at disadvantage.
Excellent. Not only am I not good at this, I'm also at disadvantage.
So we're doing that. Which one is which two are holding the orb?
The two. Let's see. From what you can see, the two that are next to each other.
What's the AC on a box?
Not that. Your crossbow bolt crosses the room and bounces off of the metal circular object in the center of the room. All of the acolytes in front of you just kind of look in the direction of the giant, and the acolytes, one of the acolytes carrying it, speaks something that only Hafen and Yolanda can understand. Of, where did that come from? Quick, turn it on!
Okay, I'm gonna scream charge and run out from behind the
I
giant.
guess we ought to get away from the giant
Yeah,
now.
I'm gonna bust out and try to go right for the machine with some magic.
Yelling and screaming, waving my sword at the air.
Gee,
All right,
thanks,
so
Serena.
as everybody gets in front, position yourself in front of the fire giant for me. Anywhere you'd like.
Let's see, I'm gonna go here.
Anywhere in front of the fire giant.
Not on top of the enemies.
We can run that fast.
He takes a mighty leap and just jumps over the giant and lands
Any-
right in front of them.
Anywhere in front of the giant, but not too far away, because something's going to happen.
Oh no.
Do we know what kind of were being he is? Is he like a were-panther or were-rat?
You don't know.
He's probably
Guess
a
we're gonna find out.
snake.
Yes, you're going to find out. As the party converges around the fire giant, you see one of the acolytes on the far side of the room slam a button on the back side of the disc, and a bright light begins to emit from it. The fire giant begins to scream as he grotesquely transforms in front of you into a giant werewolf-looking creature. He immediately, chain stretched out, is reaching at the party and swiping at the air. One of the acolytes begins skirting around the south side of the room. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Now I believe
pull it up.
100% that is the best initiative roll I've ever gotten. That these
That
guys
is.
are fucking dumb. Why would you panic and be like, "Oh God, things are about to go to shit. Let's make a werewolf."
Giant.
Click on your token, Brett, and I'll put that at 16.
That's weird. I'd moved my token. I wonder why it took it away. Let's see.
And Jeff is gone. So I will roll for Jeff. Jeff, roll initiative.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Okay. Initiative has been rolled.
Okay. Yolanda is on here twice for some reason. Let's fix that. Starting us off is Serena.
Miracles happen.
I'm not on there at all anymore.
No, you're on
So
there.
we're
You're
done.
just close to the bottom.
What I see.
Where'd that go?
You say close to the bottom.
Did that disappear?
Either way, I'm gonna run over here.
Try it again. Try it again, Brett. I'll put you back in at 16 because that's what you rolled first. Do you see yourself, D?
No.
That's weird. I see you on here. Go ahead and roll. I'll put you back in.
That's at a 12.
You had a 12, yes. All right. So you should all be back in there. All right. So lead us off, Serena.
Serena ran down to the one to the south, yelling and screaming, flailing her vorpal sword, and swing.
15. You swing your sword, but as the acolyte comes running up at you, he ducks his head to the side as the sword swipes just over his shoulder and head.
I yell even louder and swing again.
This time you hit for 18 slashing damage.
Ah!
Your slash catches him across the chest, cutting his robes and revealing his very tattooed chest.
Can we tell what the tattoos are?
They look very tribal in nature.
My God, they're surfers.
One of the acolytes that is holding on to the metal disc drops it to the ground, just kind of lets go and waves both of his hands in the air, making a kind of just a hand gesture. And I need Yolanda to make me a Constitution saving throw. You, as he waves his hand, you feel just a wave of disgust just kind of roll through you, but it very quickly dissipates and you don't feel any worse for the wear.
I let out a small fart.
Ugh. Hey, Finn.
Yes.
That's how all Constitution rolls that you succeed on. That's how they play out. It's just a gentle fart now.
Let's see. I think I will I'm gonna hit their area with an ice storm.
Okay. Draw me your area.
The 20-foot radius, 40-foot high. So if I were to, what is it? Hang on, let me get the ruler.
Understandable.
20. So that would be 20 all the way around. So if I put it here, yeah, I'm gonna put it. I want it to hit right in front of this guy.
The one that just did his hand waving?
Hang on, I'll show you. That guy.
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
Okay, and
DC 18. Congratulations. They all fail.
all right.
go ahead and roll your damage for all of them.
Okay, do I just... Let's see. What is it? 2d8 plus 4d6? Is that what I'm rolling?
4d6.
The damage? See, because it's got 14 bludgeoning and 18 cold on the first one, on the storm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So how this works is a creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning and 46 cold on a failed save. Right. Yep. Yeah. Instantaneous. So 2d8 plus 46.
You want me to do that individually?
Yes.
Okay. We'll just...
If you type it in once on the chat, you can literally just kind of hit up and enter to do it each time.
How many do I need?
Four. Yeah. Okay. What happens when you cast this ice storm?
So just immediately it's like it almost seems like it came from above the cave where we were. Just storm just comes from the roof and just drops in a clear radius around them, like hitting them with ice and snow, just like a ski mountain just dropped on them or something.
Right on. Okay. The ice storm rips through them. You can hear their screaming coming from within the torrential, just whipping of ice and wind before it dies down. Do you do anything else? Any bonus actions? Because it doesn't look like this sticks around. Nope.
No.
It just turns into difficult terrain for a turn.
Well, let's see. I will. I'll go ahead and spend. What is it? Just 2 sorcery points, and do Quicken Melts Meteor. And I'm gonna fire the first 2 at the guy in front of Serena.
That's the way to do it.
Well,
That's okay. Roll your damage because he failed.
oops. Okay, now it starts working.
6 and 6 for 12. All right. Your meteors streak across and explode into the side of the head of the acolyte in front of Serena. Boom, boom. He is taken aback by that.
And that's it for me.
The acolyte that is not near anybody, this guy right here, reaches into his belt and pulls out a device and smacks a button on the device. And to the entire party's dismay, you hear an electrified charge as you hear the thunk and just noise of chains hitting the ground.
Uh-oh.
Good.
I'm going to try to make myself look as unappetizing as possible.
The chains that are bound around the fire giant's ankles and wrists immediately unshackle and fall to the ground. For whatever reason, he's not in the turn order. I thought I'd put him in.
I like him out of the turn order.
They just randomly pop in and destroy us.
Don't worry, he got a 1, so he goes last.
He's still a giant.
Music.
The acolyte then whips his hand and fires off a firebolt at Hafen.
Jerk.
Firebolt flies true and smacks into you, and you take a whole. You take a whole 8 fire damage.
Which one did that?
The one that just hit the button.
This guy, huh?
This guy, that guy. East of all, you were very close to the giant, and you just saw the shackles fall free.
Well,
What do you do?
I was gonna see if my orb would work on him, but I don't think it will. He's a giant size, right? Or huge.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is technically considered a huge creature.
That's what I want to do.
Hold monster. Creature you can see within range. Concentration. On a wisdom saving throw. All right. What is your spell save? DC 18?
Yeah.
All right. What do you do?
Hearing the shackles hit the ground, I look over my shoulder and do an optical pat down of the situation, and reach over my shoulder and wiggle my fingers and give a little wink. That's how Hold Monster works.
As the creature, as the literal giant werewolf sees the shackles falling to the ground, he takes a step forward, hands at the ready, and then all of a sudden he just kind of freezes in place, and you see him kind of straining his head around, and you see his muscles go taut as he attempts to move himself, but he is unable to. He's just stuck in place.
And then I'm going to, seeing that he is actually frozen, move forward towards the cultist. That way, when my next turn rolls around, I can engage.
Excellent. The acolyte behind the one that you're standing in front of, this guy here, sees you rushing up on the one in front of him, and he drops the other side of the orb to the ground. So smacks down on the ground in between them in front of you. And he holds his hands up and he waves his hands as he chants something in a language that you do not understand. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. As he sees Eastaval rushing up on the other acolyte in front of him, he does his little hand waving and chants something in the language you don't understand. You feel your muscles begin to seize up slightly, but through sheer force of will, you're able to push yourself through it, and it feels like you have just run through a short wall of just gelatin. You were slowed down for a second, but you feel your speed pick back up. You feel nothing else happen otherwise.
All right.
Yolanda,
Where is the big contraption thingy?
so the contraption thingy is basically this little white thing right here.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the white thingy and start beating on it.
Okay.
Doesn't she have like destroy werewolf changing machine instantly?
It's monk bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just roll a hit on it.
I think monks get destroy artifact as a level 1 spell.
Damn it! How did that roll?
You begin to start wailing on it. The glow is very bright on it, so it's very hard to look directly at. So you swing your weapon at it and it just kind of bounces off.
And I'm gonna punch it. Good. Right in the middle of the glass.
You give it a punch and you leave a very light dent in it, but it is still glowing very brightly. Like you feel yourself put a dent in it when you hit it.
That's it for me.
This guy down here in front of Serena is going to attempt to grapple Serena.
Bring it.
Roll me strength. Saving throw.
That's a thing that I can totally do.
Absolutely. The acolyte latches onto you, arms and legs wrapped around, and he whispers something in your ear in a language that you don't understand.
I spit in his face.
He begins to glow, and then he detonates.
That's not ideal.
You take 22 radiant damage.
$22? That's it?
22.
Oh, well, I'm down.
As the explosion happens, the rest of the party sees part of the cavern light up as they just see a glow just, and then body parts just start flying out, and they are that of the acolyte.
I've been
That was in front of
Yamcha'd.
Serena.
Oh, God. Is there a crater? Am I curled up?
There's a slight crater in the ground, and you're just kind of curled up in it.
Oh, God.
All of the drakes that were feasting on the formerly dead acolytes turn and see Eastaval approaching on the other ones.
I'm gonna whistle at him and point at the two in front of me. No, actually, I'm gonna whistle at him and point at the one up here above me.
The drakes immediately descend on the acolyte to the north, except this one that broke off to the south. The acolyte begins screaming as the three drakes descend upon him, just ripping and tearing and ripping and tearing.
Istevald laughs and screams, "Feed my children, feed!"
And,
Lawful good paladin here.
Drink
before,
the blood, snap the bones.
before the rest of the party is aware, there's just a bloody pool of rags and sinew on the ground in front.
Well, how about that?
The fire giant. Can I break free of hold monster? Let's see.
Yes,
is
at
that?
the end of each turn, he can roll a wisdom save.
All right, he is going to attempt his wisdom save. Yeah, that's right. He is pushing against the invisible force that is holding him back. His muscles extremely taut. You see him trying to turn his head, and then with a loud crack that fills the room, one arm lunges forward, and he takes one large booming step forward. Boom! He's broken free of the hold monster spell. But that was the end of his turn.
It was still a winner. That's 2 rounds that we didn't have to worry about rabid werewolf.
All right,
Fire
Serena,
giant.
make me that death saving roll.
I have a question about death saving throws.
You roll it, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
You know what you're gonna ask.
Where is? I don't have to do this very often. There we go. 5.
All right, that's 1 of 3 you're good on.
Good on?
Yeah, you didn't fail it.
I rolled a 5.
Serena has been gradually developing mental fortitude over the course of the adventure, so the doppelganger's hold on her is no longer quite as strong as it was.
So wait, am I rolling
Let's
death
see.
saves for me, or am I rolling death saves for losing control?
Oh, I'm sorry, you failed one. Sorry.
Yes. There we go.
I was expecting you to hit a 1. All right, so that's 1. The acolyte in front sees the impending doom coming around him, and he takes he pulls a dagger out of his bag, and he turns it and he plunges it into his own chest. And on his dying breath, he says something in a language that Eastaval does not understand, but Yolanda does, since she's standing right next to him.
What's he say?
Oh.
And he says, "For the great red dragon god," as he crumbles to the ground dead. Hafen.
He's not gonna
I
stop.
shout out real quick. Hey, you guys! They're for the red dragon god.
Aren't these little dragon pups red?
They are.
Huh.
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 Well, don't let them find out. Nobody give them a mirror.
Well, they understood him, by the way.
It's okay. They're sweet little pups.
You're up, Hafen.
Okay. Remind me with the death saves, if I were to come up to Serena and do like first aid on her, would that?
You can stabilize. If you roll well enough on your first
Okay.
aid, you can stabilize.
I'm going to attempt that then. I have just enough to make it to her. I think it's right here. Like 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Yeah. And then I'm going to try to administer some first aid.
Roll me your first aid.
I think you have to have a first aid kit. I don't know if that matters.
Let's see. Stabilizing a creature. You can use your action to administer first aid to an unconscious creature and willing to stay and attempt to stabilize it. A DC. All right, yeah, go ahead. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, or not a wisdom, but your first aid. I think that's wisdom, anyways.
Let me find it.
If it's medicine, it's wisdom. It's about halfway through your checks.
Yeah, medicine. It's medicine. I'm sorry, I say first aid, but it is medicine.
Ugh. Oh my god.
In an attempt to
I kill her.
You just punch me.
And-
Just like
and-
punch me in the face. Get better.
And in an attempt to stabilize, you slam your fist on Serena's chest. Serena mark off a second failed death save.
Oh.
Oh,
That acolyte is dead. Do you do anything else?
You want to worse?
No, I think I've made things bad enough. I'm gonna just sit here and think for a second. Yeah.
All right, East of all, you're up.
East of all.
Hang on, think about that a second. I drink too much water.
Super hydrated.
If I gave you a potion, would you be able to take it and be back alive?
You should just dump it down my throat. Don't give it to me. I'm unconscious. Put it in my hand and be like, here you go.
I'm gonna give it to you and explain to you how to pour it into a tablespoon and take a sip of
And
it.
as I stare at the ceiling, not blinking.
Eyes deadly staring at the ceiling.
Look at me! Look at me! You're not paying attention.
You're just crouched on your knees staring at him. It's like, hey, you okay, buddy? Buddy, hey, you okay? You gonna drink that? Can I have that? Are you gonna drink that? You'll be like Noober from Baldur's Gate 2. Hey.
But yeah, I think if I gain any amount of health, I think I wake up.
That is true.
I have
Any
a
sort of
potion,
magical healing.
But
I'm wondering if I'm gonna get back around to you in time, though.
well, I mean, I'll get to roll again, right?
All right, what do you do? You gonna take
I'm
a swing at the guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and smash his head in.
Right, I like it. Go for it.
The only other person with healing magic has decided to hit somebody instead of healing them
Wait, I'm going to try and convert him.
into my new character.
Preach to him. He pulls out an apple box and stands on it.
I've got Emissary of Peace. I could give myself plus 5 to charisma checks and try to talk him into being on our team. Hey, why didn't you put that orb down? Come on.
Oh, it's already been dropped.
Hey, why don't you drop
Before
that
you said that,
stone dagger?
he didn't pull one out. The other one did and killed himself with it. Try again.
It's like he's like waving his hands, like hey, and then he just hits him from the side with it.
You just take two very wide sweeping swings with your hammer. You hear the crunch of bone as he collapses to the ground, just dead.
Now, Magic Man, get up here and figure out how to use this orb.
Who, me?
We're not done yet.
Yeah, we still
Yolanda,
got
you're
a
up.
giant werewolf behind us.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep trying to hit the moon thing.
Okay. 25. All right. You punch it again.
No,
and
no,
you leave a very light.
now.
Oh, your feather staff. All right. You swing at it, and your feather staff connects, and you can feel it crumple a little bit more with both hits.
One more punch. My bonus action.
You continue to leave dents in it, but it's still radiating a bright light.
And that's all I'm gonna do. I just want to keep punching it.
Acolyte is dead. The drakes are still feasting upon the dead body of the acolyte in front of them. The fire giant werewolf bounds forward.
Bye, Hafen. Oh, maybe not.
He crashes through everybody, knocking Yolanda against the wall. He scoops up the bright orb in his hand, and he continues forward, squeezing himself through the hallway in front. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, East of all.
He did it.
Let's see. He tramples over you as he continues to run across you, and you take 29 bludgeoning damage as he just rolls over you, more or less. And he continues forward and moves up the corridor and disappears out of sight. Combat is now over.
I'm just gonna keep continuing bashing this thing even though combat's over until I seem to make it break.
No,
he scooped it up.
he scooped it up and ran off with it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So it is gone.
He's playing football with that puppy.
All right. Serena's on the ground, grasping onto her last breath.
Somebody doesn't do something quick, I'm gonna roll death save.
Well,
I don't know
I'm gonna
what's gonna
turn.
happen.
I'm gonna turn around, open her mouth, and pour down a potion of greater healing. And I'm gonna pour it down her throat.
Can an unpurge?
Greater healing gives you 44 plus 4. So go ahead and roll that for me, Brett. Since you were
Okay.
since you administer it.
44 plus 4.
Yep.
Well, it might help if you type to them right.
Right, you get 15 health back, Serena.
Do I? So, the number. I went -9 on that hit. Do I get?
Yeah, this is not 3-5 to where you take negative damage.
Okay.
You hit 0, you're down.
So I have
You
15
take your death
health.
saving throws. You have 15.
And
Because in 3-5, it would have been if you take any negative health or damage, if you take it up to a certain point, your character is just dead. But in this one, you hit 0, you roll your saving throws. You know, if you pass them, you pass them. If you don't, you don't.
right, I know that if you're stabilized, then you become unconscious after like 1d4 hours. I don't know what happens with a potion.
We're going to say that it snaps you back.
That's convenient. I
Hooray
sputter,
for potions.
come to life immediately, and say, Jeebus.
Because this is healing and this is not stabilizing. He basically healed you with the potion.
I'm alive! Let's not do that again. Also, I vomit blood. Because I only have 15 health.
A nice thick clot.
All right.
Here, I can help you with that.
Can you?
Yeah, have an additional 15 points of healing damage. I'm gonna rub my hands together, get some sparks flying, some friction, and then boom, punch you right in the chest.
Wait, punch?
Yeah, it's a solid punch right to the sternum.
All right, I take 15 damage.
Oh, but it's healing
It's
punch.
a healing punch.
Is it your lay on hands? I thought you used all that last time.
No, I had 15 left. I used most of it.
Excellent.
I have a pool of 85.
I feel a little less woozy. Big old 30 health out of 60. I'm at 50%. That's basically 100%.
Have a healing spell, cure light wounds or
I'm
whatever
at
that is.
41 now. I'm a rock star again.
Cure wounds.
Excellent.
Does anybody else need any healing? Everybody else feeling good?
I'm okay.
Good-ish.
All right. Well, as the fire giant lycanthrope ran past Sir Eastval, he saw him take a path to the north before disappearing.
That giant had his wits about him when he was a werewolf.
Yeah, he was completely. Didn't you tell us that he said he had no control over himself when he was a werewolf? Or did you tell us that? Did we know that?
We would know that as a general werewolf thing.
It was like a maybe or maybe not kind of thing. He couldn't give us a guarantee.
No, he seemed pretty in control.
Wouldn't take
Where
any
you
kind
think
of
he went?
guarantee from
He
any
said he was
werewolf.
going to leave, though. So should we follow him? Because if he's just leaving, then we'd be going the wrong way.
It depends on what he thinks the exit is.
I would suggest not following him.
Oh, now you don't want to hang out with him?
Well,
Yeah.
being a
Seconds
werewolf,
ago, you're all about length and time.
he got free, so he's free, so I'm happy.
Mission accomplished.
Really, we should have buffed him before he left.
Well, we need to keep moving. What? Northeast? Or is it northwest?
Something like that.
It was
Something like that.
Yeah, it was northwest.
Onward northwest-ish.
Onward northwest-ish. All right. East of all, saw he when he was back in the hallway. He saw a path in each cardinal direction. So
They're gonna drag Eastavold along for a second, because I'll be right back.
okay.
Onward north.
Onward north.
Like the most northwest position looks like it's just straight north.
How did I move north?
I picked up your token instead of mine.
How did you pick up his token? You should not have access to that.
I was like, where did I go?
I am Magic Man. I have powers of the Magic Man, even as a player for some
Are
reason.
you in the game as a GM?
I am in as a player.
Actually, you do have control of his token, which I'm going to take it away. So
But I want to control Hafen. I need
you the path that you see leading in front of you eventually tapers off into the darkness before it comes to a dead end of rubble.
I think this is a dead end of rubble, guys. I don't have a shovel.
Well, I can't remember. I know we got flipped. Originally, we were heading down and to the left.
Just remember that this is how it looks: north, south, east, west.
Okay.
I guess we.
So we kind of have to follow the giant to go the right way. I think that werewolf knew exactly what he's doing, and I think he's going to get. I think he's headed where we're headed. Maybe he'll do some damage first before we get there.
Cause a distraction so we can do our attack. If we don't hurry, he'll be dead before we get there.
Where are we headed again? I still have a little bit of the pass out brain.
So we decided the best way to get to the church where we need to get to is to take the sewer system, and we're going to pop out and surprise them. Hopefully, that's the plan, at least.
It's our glorious, great idea. Knock on wood.
So, should we just
We should just go west. We should follow the giant's footprints.
follow the giant, I guess?
Like he has created a path.
And there's a path up north once you round that
Yep, you see his footprints and scrapes along the wall as they go north.
Would you like me to lead, Magic Man, as I pull out my sword?
Magic Man sees lots of bones on the ground in front of him. To the complete north, there is a cliffside face that goes up about a good few hundred feet. As you can see, scrapes along the wall where he very obviously climbed his way up.
You said 100 feet up?
It's like 300 feet up.
Hey, Yolanda, you can do bullshit, right?
Yeah, I could just run it.
You want to carry me?
Yeah, sure, why not? Hop on. Hold on tight.
I'm going to say we the whole way up. We.
East of all, somewhere in there with you guys. So
I'll grab East of all and fly up there.
You pick up East of all and start flapping slowly, and Yolanda's like, zing!
I start flapping slowly, and then I ask East of all what he's been eating lately.
And then you realize nothing. It's all the shit he puts in his damn bag.
all right, as the party works their way up the underground cliffside face, it gets dimmer and dimmer before you see kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. The party works their way up and they find themselves in a small kind of greenery in the middle of the city. There are some trees around them, the hole in the ground that leads back down. You see houses surrounding you. You see some stuff written on the ground.
What's written on the ground?
That's written on the ground. Patreon, neutral party.
This is a confusing collection of words.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? You find yourself in just the small little pasture of trees, and you see houses in all different directions.
Shoot. Excuse me.
And off to the north, you see the very close spire of the cathedral. Roll me a perception, East of all. East of all feels he can sense a great amount of evil in the area, just kind of radiating from all around.
Guys,
Just
there's a lot of
waves of it.
evil around here.
Just waves of it.
The forest has a fell aura. I don't like it.
You mean the park in the middle of the city?
Oh, this is kind of where we were headed straight to, right? The evil?
Yeah. We weren't trying to avoid the evil. You're muted, Jeff.
Sorry.
It looked like you said, oh no.
How far away?
no.
I thought we were in the forest for some reason. The city emanates a fell aura.
Hey, can you pinpoint that evil? Like, tell us exactly where, or is it just everywhere?
So we can see the church from where we are,
Yeah, you see the spire very close off in the distance.
and
You feel like one more map's worth of movement, and you're probably there.
Wait,
do we see any people around or any buildings around in our nearest vicinity?
Yeah. So basically, you can see buildings all around you.
Okay.
I wish I could do dynamic lighting without actually kind of sealing away the view of the buildings.
Oh, there
As
we
you
go.
work your way to the edge, you see something off in the distance
Oops.
as it begins to move forward.
Forward as in towards us.
Towards you.
That looks fucking
I'm
diabolical.
gonna start moving backwards. And say, guys,
Where did everybody else's tokens go?
coming our way.
Is that like an undead beholder?
I don't want to know what that is. It looks scary already, and I can barely see.
And it moves into view.
Oh, yes.
It looks friendly.
Yeah, go up and shake one of its eyes.
Let me try and convert it real quick. Hold on, guys.
I can't behead it. It's all head. Oh no, there's more than one.
I realized I muted myself for my great pun of giving.
Oh
them-
no.
I noticed you were muted. I saw the little icon.
Yeah, Joe's playing Cyberpunk, so I didn't figure out how you wanted to hear it.
Nice.
And you see 3 great undead beholders center,
Oh, look.
their eyes looking around in all directions.
Do their eyes work? They look like they're clouded.
Well, they look clouded, sure.
Uh,
You can see on all of them, I guess this would be most apparent to Hafen, of there are like bite marks littered all over them, and they look to be the size of like dragon bites.
What? That's weird. Do I notice, like, is there something weird about the way that they're going around? They're moving? Anything different?
They seem to be moving in a predetermined pattern, as far as you can tell.
Maybe they're actually live beholders that have been affected by the curse, so they're undead.
I have a bad.
Yeah, these
bad
guys look like
idea.
they've been gnawed on by some dragons.
I got a bad idea. If they've been gnawed on by the dragons and they're like moving around undead, and we kind of have a werewolf running around, how did a giant get lycanthropy if not from a lycanthropic dragon?
They
Did
could
he
have brought
tell
in.
you, Yolanda? What did he tell you? How he got lycanthropy?
He never told them how.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it
just
is.
said that they cursed him with it.
Hmm.
So they could have very easily just had a vial of werewolf blood.
So it's not a werewolf dragon god flying around. Is that what you're saying?
That would be
Well,
unfortunate.
let's hope not. Sure. Ugh.
Maybe dragons are immune to that kind of thing.
I would think they would be. Aren't they already magical?
Magic things can still be cursed, right?
I guess. I mean, can you turn a vampire into a werewolf?
So remember, guys, you found
Let's have this philosophical discussion while they're coming at us.
you found a bunch of belladonna down there in the dungeon too,
We did.
which
We took it too. It's in our bag.
which cures lycanthropy.
Does it cure it?
I mean, I wish we would have remembered that when.
That would have been like,
Serena's not smart enough to put 2 and 2 together anyway, so I absolve myself of this guilt.
I thought it was a member of the Nightshade family. I couldn't remember. I knew it had some significance.
So we can blame Istobal.
Absolutely. Well, I will go ahead and point out that with these 3 undead-looking beholders, not coming down on the party, but coming into view of the party, it is 10 on the nose.
I mean, we're going to end up fighting these guys.
I'm going to just pause like this and while they're coming at us.
Red light.
I think it's a good stopping point, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Nice
sure.
little paper there.
Oh yeah, and do not forget, D, that you still have 2 wishes to use that you can use at any time. Because you pulled that card that gave you 3 wishes.
Yeah,
You
y'all should
only
probably
used 1.
assist me in that because she's gonna wish for some stupid shit if you don't.
Can we wish that these beholders were berserk and in the same room as Ditex?
That's 2 wishes.
No, it's one. You just word it properly.
Whatever you want to wish for, you need to. I'm gonna rules lawyer this super super hard, so you have to be precise with whatever you tell me.
I think you should give us whatever we ask for and punish us for that thing every single chance you get.
Yes, I agree.
Like, I wish the undead beholders were eating Ditex, and then we're in the room watching it happen all of a sudden, and like then they turn on us.
Or they find some other random guy named Ditex. Not the Ditex we're looking for. It's
This
just
is
some
a
villager
This is
named
a
Ditex.
very common name in favorite.
Super common.
I'm going to consult a lawyer over wish law,
I am the wishmaster.
and then we'll draw up a good proposition for them.
Go watch the X-Files episode with the genie. You'll understand.
Never fuck with a genie.
Oh, genies, that'll be fun.
All right.
I haven't really come across any genies.
You gave me an idea for something else.
Uh, you taking over the island sometime soon, or
Taking over the what?
are y'all switching out?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Sean just kept talking about like mysteries coming up. And,
Oh, he might pull this shit in like our game or like our Monster of the Week game that we do, but not here.
I got good stuff for Monster of the Week. It's so fun.
also, Sean, I don't know how you change the names to your YouTube videos, but it keeps popping up as Christmas special whenever you go live. It gives me a little alert
Yes,
saying,
we did a Christmas special for Monster of the
We're
Week.
always doing a Christmas special.
I mean, this is the first time I played since Christmas, but or since before Christmas.
It should say it's called, what is it right now? D&D what?
IDK what?
I don't have a name for this episode yet. Yeah, we did a Christmas special and they killed Mrs. Claus by dismembering.
I was not involved in that.
It was awful.
I came up from behind her with a garrote and started strangling her, and then it just went downhill from there, I believe.
Yeah, Gideon sunk 2 of his blade tendrils into her neck, right?
Yeah.
I think it was something like that.
And drank her sweet blood.
She might have been nice.
Oh, well, it was a fun day.
Oh, so for NPCs in that game, I'm supposed to give them a motivation, and that describes their whole character. And one of the motivations for minions, and that's what she was she betrays everyone. Like if y'all had talked to her or convinced her to do something, she would either betray
You
you
would have turned on us anyway.
or betrayed Santa Claus. Who knows?
So really,
Yeah.
we made the right choice in just putting her down.
We're correct.
She might have betrayed
Upon-
Santa Claus and helped y'all kill him.
Also, the 3-year anniversary of you putting these on YouTube comes up in March
3 years?
Oh, wow.
or
Jeez.
May.
We were big fucking nerds.
We should do something for the anniversary.
I agree. That would be a lot of fun.
Can we finish this campaign on the anniversary? Probably before, I think.
The finale.
Yeah, that's still like 4 months, but still.
Like, do we have 4 months left in this campaign, Scott? Be honest, or don't.
I have the end game planned, but the journey between here and there depends on what you guys do.
Like, die next week.
No
are-
more delays.
We're about to bid these characters farewell. Like, we're such high levels, and
This is true.
If Armin makes it back to us, he's going to ask Yolanda for a wish. And it's going to be teleport me to Ditex so I can kill him and we can be done with him.
I'm hoping we already killed Ditex.
We've done
You
it
know-
like 8 times at this point.
How many times have you killed Ditex now?
3 or 4?
That sounds about right.
Maybe we could use a wish to somehow banish him forever.
Well, we could wish he'd never been born.
Have we killed the Black Dragon God yet?
The black dragon has not been dealt with. The black and the red are the only 2 left.
So
Oh,
a great twist would be for Ditex to be the Black Dragon God in disguise.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
That would be quite a twist.
If he was, how does he keep coming back to life?
Black Dragon God.
He's the guy who does what he wants. All right, say goodbye to internet.